What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here today behind me is, yes, you already guessed it, an Audi RS6. This is going to be an it already is an exciting day, but it's going to be an incredibly exciting drive. I've been waiting to drive this car incredibly patiently since I saw it for the first time. And it's a very important car, you know, getting the RS6 back here into North America is a big moment for the brand. And I know I'm pretty late to the party as far as people on YouTube driving the RS6, but nonetheless, an opportunity came up, a very last minute video shoot here today with Wrap-Workz here in Vancouver, and we're going to go for just a quick drive, just to get a little bit of a taste of the RS6. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you want to check out Wrap-Workz, thank you to my buddy Sean in LA for setting this shoot up. He was supposed to be up here in Vancouver, but maybe next time I'm down in LA, we can collab on a video and bring you guys something truly special. So let's get into it. This is gonna be a fun one. This was not expected. This was absolutely not expected, but we're here in a very top spec, beautifully spec'd and slightly modified Audi RS6. So let's go for a drive. Why don't we just seize the day and seize the opportunity here? Open road, what I hope to be an open road ahead of us, although that guy on the Repsol Superbike is practicing wheelies, so let's try not to get in his way. Wow, this is my first time in a truly modern Audi, other than, you guys may remember Rick's Audi R8 V10 Plus that I drove a couple of years back now. Brixton forged wheels, lowered, very loud car, very fun, very refined car. And now, you know, a few years ago, I did drive a gated manual V10 Audi R8 first generation. One of my favorite cars, especially even still now for the money. Absolutely exceptional vehicle. So I have very high expectations. Let's just start there. I have incredibly high expectations. This is an Audi RS6, of course. The Audi that everybody was waiting for. I think what a lot of people wanted was maybe a rebirth of the RS2, maybe a manual small quattro wagon that they wouldn't necessarily feel bad about taking off-road on a dirt road and going rallying. This is not what the modern RS6 is. The RS6 is a super sedan. It's a super wagon, okay? It's meant to haul your family. It's meant to haul your dogs or groceries, but at the same time, change demeanors in a split second and take you, which is surprising in such a heavy car, from 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. So RS6 under the hood, 4-liter V8, twin turbo V8. It's pretty much the staple engine nowadays in most Audi products. It is the same engine, or maybe in a different tune, a different spec, as is in like cars like the Lamborghini Urus. And here it makes 591 horsepower. Of course, we have quattro all-wheel drive. Okay, let's give it a boot here in first gear. Rolling through the gears, really quick acceleration. It has short gearing, or maybe it doesn't, but it seems like that way because there's so much power and it's just constantly back into the power band. But the thing is, it doesn't, like, it wouldn't need to. It could have longer gears because the turbos are so responsive. It could just be in the power band the whole time. It's not scary fast. Like, it's very fast, it's punchy. And there's gobs of torque here everywhere in the power band. It's not scary fast. And I think a lot of that does have to do with just the sheer weight of this vehicle. It is so big. Really smooth shifts. It could use an exhaust, I'm not gonna lie. This one has been spec'd as well with the sport exhaust, which is optional. That seems weird. If you're going for an RS6, why you wouldn't want the sport exhaust is beyond me. Just get an S6 or something to that effect. A little bit of turbo noise. Can hear the turbo spooling up a little bit. We do have the virtual cockpit, of course, here, which is now a staple in the Audi lineup. I first saw that in the 2nd gen R8. Wow, this car gets a lot of attention. I guess it's warranted. This is the difference between the E63 and this. This is like, I'm here, I have arrived. The RS6 is in the building. Big old flashing red on the dash telling me I should have shifted a couple seconds ago. Wow. Very smooth though, the steering's incredibly light. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. More and more steering. It does not let up. 305s in the front. I mean, the grip's relentless. Again, this is just a quick drive, you guys, on the street here, but this RS6 has been wrapped, believe it or not. Hopefully you guys can see on camera a little bit of the metallic, but it has been wrapped in this midnight green metallic. It's an Inozetek wrap, wrapped by Wrap-Workz, of course, here in Vancouver. It's got the Vorsteiner 22-inch wheels, and yes, that is an optional factory wheel size for the RS6. This one has been optioned with the carbon ceramic brakes necessary on the streets. Debatable, absolutely debatable. And this one has been optioned with the carbon optics package. So that adds things like the side skirts here in carbon, these little side pieces. You can get the black optics, which of course would be a gloss black. Back here, this is aftermarket. This diffuser as well, this is an aftermarket piece as well. This is a Maxton piece, actually. I don't believe it's out yet, so if you guys are interested, yeah, you can't get your hands on it. Not yet, at least. But, and then of course, the badge has been removed here, but what a beautiful car. I love the way the RS6 looks, especially like I mentioned in comparison to the E63. The E63 doesn't have this, you guys, and the RS6 does. It is a mean wagon. Other than that, the car is stock. They're still waiting on intakes, but of course, this is a heavy, heavy vehicle. Go in the back seats. Oh, not a lot of leg room. Not a lot of leg room. Maybe most of it is actually relegated to the cargo space back there. But these seats, as you can see, they haven't gone the AMG route in the GTs, the coupes, the Grand Coupes, the four-door AMG GTs, whatever you want to call them, where they've just gone with 4 individual seats. Actually, I think they've changed that for the new model year, and they've added an optional 5th seat. But here, either way, they do have the center seat here, but they are, as you can see, they do actually have quite a bit of side bolstering for a back seat. And that's one of the hints that this car is way more leaning towards the motorsport and the sport driving aspect of it than the luxury aspect of it. But let's continue the drive and we'll see how the RS6 does. It's hot out today. Windows 98? Is that you? Just the road presence is unbelievable. And these cars, they're huge. They're huge. They're incredibly wide. Very quiet though so far. Very good sound deadening. Oh, it's loud outside. Okay. Wow, yeah, that downshift, those are some of the most violent dual clutch downshifts that I've felt. It actually does kind of transfer the weight a little bit, which I was not fully expecting. But we do have comfort mode. We've got auto, which will kind of assess the situation and give you what Audi thinks is the best for the time. And then down one more into dynamic, which is loud. Loud, fast, all suspension settings in stiffest modes. And it makes the shifts a little bit more aggressive too. And actually in this car, the specific one I'm driving today, we do have an electronic controller that is set up to adjust the factory suspension. So on the fly, we can in fact raise the car a little bit above the factory ride height, lower it a little bit. This, believe it or not, you guys, this is driving height where we're at right now. This is not slammed. This is not slammed. In my books, it's slammed, but according to Sam at Wrap-Workz, it's not yet slammed. It has kind of a show mode that gets it even lower. Absolutely has rear steer. It's got active torque vectoring rather in the rear differential. It's got a lot of stuff working for you. So as a driver, yeah, light steering, the exhaust, even in sport mode, is quiet. It's not loud. It's a little bit louder when I roll down the window, but yeah, and what they've done here, you know, they've incorporated modern tech and stuff. Here, let's try out the grip again. More steering, more steering. There it is. Wow. Yeah, but it's for the price, you know. You really have to look at this versus the e-tron. A base e-tron is less expensive than this, but the e-tron that you want, that has about the same amount of power as this, right around 600 horsepower, is quite a bit more. But the question is, do you want gas? Do you want the rowdy nature of the RS6 that still has the crazy road presence, or do you want the e-tron GT that, in my opinion, is definitely not a bad looking car, but it's not quite as good looking as this, and is EV? Do you want to be part of that quote unquote revolution, or do you want to be part of the group that brings back what the Audi of years ago was so well known for, which is vehicles like, of course, the RS4, the RS2 Avant, and the RS6. So, and the V10 cars, all those cars, right? So that's your big question here. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of the RS6. Thank you so much, Lewis and Sam at Wrap-Workz for this opportunity. I can't thank you guys enough. Inozetek Wraps is coming out with a video on an R8. We're shooting that today as well. And thank you once again to my buddy Sean. Sean, can't thank you enough for this. He was supposed to be up here in Vancouver from LA for this shoot, but hopefully we can see him soon next time. So thanks guys, subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you very soon.